Hello everyone, it's full review time, and today we're going to be looking at All Guns on Deck, a naval battle system type game with RPG elements and big ships with bigger guns. This game is fun, addictive and full on action packed. There are loads of features and attention to detail has been done by the developer. The game is quick to learn, however difficult to master. So that's enough about the top level stuff, let's actually get into the game. So when you first fire up this game, this is where you start. You start with the ability to create your character, albeit nameless, but that'll obviously be coming when the game gets into full swing of things. So in here we have the shop, barracks and your construction yard, as well as a hospital for where you go if you end up getting blown up in battle. Here what we do is we use chips. Now these chips you drag onto this area here, and you can choose to buy these chips. Now some of them are unique. One of the tiniest little things that I've noticed is when you buy something you can't buy it again, but it doesn't disappear. Maybe that little tweak would be sufficient enough to sort that out. And this is where you buy your ships, weapons, maintenance, cosmetics, all sorts of useful things. This is where you upgrade all your weapons and your ships. Then you use these new chips that you've bought, and then you go to the construction yard and you apply them to your ship. So you pick your ship and then you pick your weapons. The maintenance things, the green ones, you use them when you get to the battle map. I'll show you them when we get into that part. So firstly, a couple of things that I'd like to point out in this area. There is a minor bug with your character movement. You can click to tell them to go to the port. However, if you don't navigate them upwards, they'll just end up running in a little circle getting confused. So another minor bug. But apart from that, that's the only real issues that I've seen with this game. The actual battle system itself, the way it plays out and everything in terms of fighting is spot on. There are no issues at all with that. The game itself could potentially do with a little tutorial to get you familiar with it, and one of the other things that's a bit of a pain is when you change ship you have to go into a fight to set up all your crew again, which can be quite frustrating. So here we have the map. This is the area that is available in early access. The red ones are what you want to be attacking. Those purple ones appear at night, and I do not recommend you attacking them unless you want to die. I'll show you a very frustrating thing. I really don't like what the developer's done on this one because it's very annoying. I am a perfectionist and I do like to try and complete as much as I can. So here we go. We're going to show you an actual battle. So as you can see, I've got all my crew members all stationed where I want. We have different specialised units, so we have like the maintenance workers, the engineers, we have the biosuits, which there's no radiation leakage yet. I would assume that comes as part of maybe the next early release batch or the full game itself. We have firemen to put out fires, and we have our crew that can reload and shoot the weapons, albeit some crew members are better at shooting than others, and the majority of the time I like to take control. To take control of your weapons, all you do is press 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, or a combination of them all, or you can press space and that'll use them all. As you can see here, I'm using 2 and 3, and when you press a number you'll see a little green cloud around them, and that's what I'll be using. Another thing to notice on this battle system is when you take out the jets or whatever else you're fighting, little men will drop from them, and if they drop on that grey barrier just below your ship, they'll start shooting your hull and reaching your hull. It took me a while to figure that out. All you have to do is just click on them to kill them. And there's different types of ships as well. Don't forget this is only early access, so we've only got to see a little bit of what the game has to offer. We've got the little airplanes that just come around and drop bombs, and then we've got these big ones to the left there which kind of like shoot at you and they turn up and do quite a lot of damage, and then you have these even bigger ones that drop kind of like just drop men that come across and just start shooting at you, and they're the most dangerous. As you progress through this game you will unlock better ships. The one that you're seeing here is the best one that you can get, is the Goliath, and it's nearly fully maxed in terms of its gun potential. I'll show you a fully maxed ship when we get to the annoyance of this early access release. In terms of everything else, this is brilliant. You can hold down right click and you can zoom into your different quarters. Different ships have different abilities. Some ships have attachments. If you look to the right, second box from the right is all closed off. That is for attachments. I haven't used the ship that has an attachment yet, but they are like special abilities, so like super weapons. So I'm looking forward to trying to get that once I revisit this game. Now, I have completed all the missions in terms of taking out the marooned jets. This is what happens at night. You have this strange alien thing. Now the thing that's annoying me is I have got a fully maxed ship and I'm using all the maintenance work that I can to try and take this bad boy out, but I just cannot defeat it. If anyone has defeated this, let me know in the comments, let me know how you did it. I've got a 36 crew here, firemen in all the different positions, so the fires get put out just as they're about to start. We've got the engineers making sure that if the hull's breached, they get patched up straight away, but as you can see, it just does too much damage. One of the things I might suggest to the developer is maybe adding a health bar onto these enemies, where you can click them and gives you some characteristics, maybe something like that, so you know how far you are in terms of taking the enemies out. And another thing, when you've got like 9 waves and you're running through the game, you don't actually know what wave you're on unless you've been counting. It might be good to add a nice indicator at the top right to say you're on wave 2 of 9 or something like that. Just another minor cosmetic improvement. But in terms of everything, in terms of this game, it is all spot on. You can see in the 4th box from the right, that is your ammunition station. If that is not filled up, you have to click those buttons there to reload your weapons, but you have ample crew to do that. Now, one of the main issues with this is when you change your ships, all your crew members go back to the standard crew and you have to reassign them. It might be good if you could have in the main area where you build your ship a crew assignment pack, so you can actually set your crew up before you go into battle, because one of the main issues with this is if you go into battle and you have to assign your crew members, you end up getting your ship destroyed, especially if you go against the more tougher bases. So this is the only annoyance in the game. I cannot beat this stupid orb. It looks like some sort of alien aircraft, but as you can see, I am letting rip. I'm using the biggest guns and they're just not dinting this bad boy at all, and ship destroyed. But don't worry, if your ship gets destroyed, you go back to port, you don't lose any doubloons or anything like that, you can just get straight back into the game. Big thumbs up for this early release, absolutely impressive, no issues with that, some minor bugs but they will obviously be fixed. Hope you enjoy the review guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.